Hey everyone, welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have another Ocarina of Time Standard Tournament Season 9 race. This is the elimination match between tanjo3 and Pyra. And tracking today we have Mr. Moxie and Veva. And on comms we have Saigo Getsuga and Emo Soda, and they will take it from here.
Hello.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another S9 Season 9 main tournament matchup between Tanjo and Pyra here. Two great players who did not get a win starting out in the tournament, lost to Rafa and Marco, which is a match that's going to be happening later on today. But these players are fighting for their lives in this tournament. They've only got one more loss to give here, and we'll see what happens.
Yep, and looking at what we're starting off with, we have Magic, Serenade, and Spirit Medallion. That Magic could be interesting. It could be interesting opening routes.
Yeah, I already feel the magic in the air here with this matchup. So, of course, the winner of this match is going to be facing off against the loser of Chanswa and Broats. That match is still yet to be played. So we'll see who gets it here. Emulator versus Virtual Console player here.
Virtual Console all the way for me. Oh, here are dungeons. Oh, okay, that was very quick. All right,
yeah, you gotta be quick.
Shadow Pot is the key. Domain is Foolish. Haunted Wasteland, nothing. And Burning Cactus Bolero.
Interesting.
That Domain Foolish is a big one.
It's okay. I mean, it's 3 checks, right? It's not...
Yeah, but it usually makes or breaks your opening child route.
It's going to put a little bit less pressure on going back child here, potentially. I think at large, we're generally going to see the same opener for the most part. Adult CAC plus some variation of the 3-song plus just Sphere 0 checks and child.
Yep, but the Tanjo went to Gan's Castle, probably doing a Zora's River route into CAC.
Yeah, one of the few river starters left in the tournament. Also at large. It's not an extremely popular start, but it's still pretty viable. You get a lot of information out of it. 3 headstones.
Yep.
Couple checks.
Already with the divergence. So yeah, this will see whether the river opening was good or the CAC opening is good. The major item in the seed is magic. The seed. We get some nuts from Rufio. Ooh! Oh gosh. OT is Lullaby.
It's just an instant. It's all dungeons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, and a Kokiri sword in the river.
Reason being, at least, well, one of the reasons is Shadow Temple is a required dungeon in this seed, and you need that to get across the boat. So pretty easy, nice indication early on.
And we got Minuet Forest from the windmill, so that's not a bad pickup. Oh no,
you're having a little bit of trouble here with the jump and river.
Magic on 50 skulls would mean nothing since we start off with magic. Ooh, big chest here in the shield grave. And Tanjo gets the K-sword, as Pyra picks up this Pebble of Pain.
That is definitely my favorite item. It's not particularly a great one racing, though.
Yeah, I think really the only thing that Stone of Agony helps with is you have a setting called Stone of Agony unlocks chest size matches contents.
Yeah, not on for this tournament, thankfully, but...
No, yeah, but if you want to play with something a little nutty, that is a little nutty. I think that was Sacred Forest Meadow Sheik has Prelude.
Yeah, early Kokiri sword here in River for Tanjo. It's going to be fairly nice. Opens up ice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the only dungeon I saw.
Yeah, kind of just looking at the dungeon list here. Dodongos and Dodongos at least gives the runners early dungeon. Need a few
Nice.
things to do there, but nice source of early items potentially. Otherwise, there's a Deku and water. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. Shadows and shadows, spirit and spirit.
Nice. We have a
GTG ice. So other than that, not a lot that's unlocked early on in the game here.
That's honestly good to know. So while it's all dungeons, it's actually not too bad of a layout.
Yeah, essentially the runners here are going to have to be finding an item per dungeon to at least open it up, and then they need another one to at least complete it, for the most part, with this layout.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. I think it's really going to revolve kind of around DC. Being a DC hook is very important in the seed, at least. We'll see what the song layout looks like as well. Gonna first peek at Skull House here. Nothing on 30 to 50, yeah.
Nope, yeah, only 10 bomb twos on 50, and there's Pyra looking at the temple layout, the medallion layout.
Yeah, that was 40, but still not going to go for it.
Ah, GTG leads to forest. Interesting.
Tanjo making his way to adult CAC. So Pyra's pretty much going to go child here. I don't see any other... Oh, okay, mini what?
Song
Okay,
chain,
the
that
song.
makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Tanjo getting the good news, bad news. Depends how you view it. Yeah, the prelude is free here, right? Ooh.
IGC with one major item.
Yeah, that's about right, usually for Season 9 settings. Ganon's doesn't usually have anything. If it does, it's like maybe one or two things.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of how it's been planned out here. Prelude going child. Could start off with the mini-lets. Looks like it's going to go at least to Lon Lon Ranch. Has a way out with the warp song.
Mm-hmm.
Could also save Quid at any time. Get a little bit more information to work with his routing. So,
chat putting up the question of where the lights were. None of our runners checked the Dompe diary yet.
Not a huge deal. Can always go back there at some point.
Yeah, but at this point, we have no knowledge of where it is. But it looks like Tanjo might pick up that knowledge very soon.
I've definitely toyed with just not reading it at all. And it's like, somewhat viable. I think
I feel it's one of those more interesting features that got turned on, but I just keep forgetting about.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It really kind of just depends on where the lights actually are in the scene. Whether or not it's like kind of a tricky location. Whether or not you even need to go to Ganon's instead of like at the end. Looks like we're going to get a check here with Tanjo.
Bottom of the well. And well is also path to Morpha, so that means there's at least two major items in the well.
Yep, and it's letter locked. It's in Jabba's entrance this seed. Yeah, this is ZL on OT. You need it at least for Shadow Temple this seed. And the stones being DC Fire's Spirit. So generally, those are probably going to be the first three dungeons, maybe plus or minus one or two.
Well, at least on the bright side, it does tell you that there are no keys locked behind the ZL checks in Spirit.
Yeah, DC being a DC as well. Pretty nice. Although it's going to be 2 strengths, a mirror shield, explosives, and a hammer away from ZL. Which is good info. Definitely puts it off into the In the future, I don't know how far into the future we're talking about here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of
Who
vary.
knows?
Yeah, it can kind of vary. It could be pretty fast. It could be just like, oh yeah, there's like 2 items in Mitos because no one's been there yet. So yeah, Pyra doing blind skull mask here. Definitely something that he is just kind of committed to the whole season. Not necessarily a bad idea, especially if you're going to be in market and CAC doing
Right.
things otherwise. It's kind of pretty much on the way, and you can just kind of route it in with Prelude here. It's pretty nice. It's going to do that before it goes Lon Lon, or not, yeah, Lon Lon in Lost Woods, because you can just warp away from it. So just going to play Prelude here, pick up the Skull Mask, and he's good to go.
And we only got 5 rupees for picking up those chickens. Blind skull mask. This could either be a punishing deal or it could really be a payout. Who knows? We'll see.
It doesn't really punish you going for it in this seed. He has Prelude. It's on the way. So you had to go to CAC. Oh, oh well. That's okay.
Jimbo.
His time of day is fine here as well. So it's really pretty low cost. Yeah, Tanjo going for it as well. Makes a lot of sense with the Prelude here.
The one I sometimes don't usually go for blind skull mask, but I will sometimes pick up the Keaton mask so I don't accidentally go through a letter cutscene when trying to play Ocarina, because that letter takes a while to open. Alright, so while we're here in Lon Lon Ranch, we'll see what Talon gives us. Ooh, okay, bomb bag. Very good.
Really nice location as well for it. This is one of your always checks. You just never skip Talon's chickens. It's just not a good idea.
No, yeah. If you're skipping Talon, then you're playing extremely aggressive.
Yeah, especially so in Season 9. Anything that you don't need anything for, and no requirement checks, also known as Sphere 0, they're just extremely powerful. You pretty much should do most of them if you can.
Now the silo is definitely for me feels a little out of the way, but yeah, you still, depending on if you have warp songs, for you to get out easier.
Yeah, always good to keep in mind the kind of mantra of routing here is, when are you going to be back here?
Exactly.
And this is so far out of the way otherwise that it's going to be never is the answer, so you kind of have to check it.
But it still sucks when if you have no warp songs by this point, you have to then take the long way out. Ooh, okay, bigger on sword.
Yeah, thankfully he has Minuet, so it's just going to warp out away from here. It's pretty nice. And Bigron, free time save.
We get our opponent's song from Saria. Nice.
Yeah, unlocking the Forest Temple entrance at GTG this seed. Still not a ton of great songs. They have Bomb Bag. So I expect them both going DC fairly soon here.
Ooh, Trail to Evil's Bane. Trail Bane, yep.
That definitely feels like a letter. Ooh, Colossus also had, I think, one item.
That's more than likely just the song.
Yeah, it has to be. It didn't start with the second song this seed. Be doing some bomb tricks along the way here. Be seeing pretty much the same thing. Tanjo side. Oh, that is a sick save warp.
It is indeed.
Shadow Temple is, of course, Shadow, so not going to be entirely relevant to seed. Be a little bit more interesting if that was where Bomb the Well was, but...
Yeah. Now, the one thing I kind of mentioned last time I was on comms is I was wondering if someone would ever do Fire Arrow entry in one of these 3 streams. But I haven't heard too much about it.
You see, we haven't really seen that too much. There was a pickup race last night that Pyra was in. He did do Fire Arrow entry. Definitely knows it. Ooh, Hammer.
Ooh, hello.
But didn't end up needing that Dens anyway, which happens so often in S9. I just haven't seen it FAE pay out once. Like, there might have been one race, and it's been a couple hundred races at this point total for the settings, so...
Gotcha.
Definitely was expected to be a little bit more impactful prior to the season start. It is, with the hammer there, of course, another one of our stone items, so really they're just looking for 2... strengths and a mirror shields. DC could have one. They need to go there anyway. They got the bomb bag a couple minutes ago for both of them. Nothing on Skull Mask today.
Well, but it never hurts to have more health. Other copy of OoT being Lullaby. Ooh, whoa, Mido's loaded.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's always a huge point of interest here for routing and seeds. Hookshot.
And the bow.
Yeah, just because of the density is so huge there, so... A lot of great pickups there. Hook's really the key highlight there, in addition to the hammer. And the early bomb bag. We are not even 20 minutes in, we got like 6 or 7 items.
Oh yeah, and that hookshot gets us access to Fire Temple, which is at the Forest Temple entrance, which is perfect. I think at this point, when they go adult again, it's a matter of rushing through DC and then maybe going ahead and dipping in fire. Yeah, you have the items you need for DC right now, and you have the ability to explore Fire Temple, but you just don't have the. Pyra would have enough health to get through. Tanjo probably doesn't have enough health to get through Fire Temple safely. Yeah, no thank you for 3 hard fire.
If you found a bottle, you'd be fine.
Yeah, that's true.
5 is more than enough. You really only need like 4.5.
Yeah, it's just the only room that worries me is going from the
elevator, yeah.
The elevator area, because that timer does not reset. So that is one of the interesting logic deals of the seed. You have to show Mido the Kokiri sword in order to open the adult dungeon in Deku Tree. Otherwise, Deku Tree is just closed. So Curious Sword is 100% required if a dungeon is in there you need.
I think they probably want to fit in Death Mountain Trail here, since it is Path Bane. It's most likely to be the letter, so kind of want to get that out of the way. Go bomb the well in the same child segment that they're in. Would make the most sense. Pyra's playing Serenade, though. See what he has planned here. Known Valley player. Though Valley's pretty good in S9. I think elevated certain players' routes for sure. I think this is fine. I mean, I think it's a little bit more prudent to go Death Mountain Trail here. K-Sword was in a river. Tanjo, river starter. Just kind of stumbled upon it before going CAC. Yeah, this has the added benefit of setting up Pierre before going to fire, because you kind of want to do that in your next adult section. Ideally, soon the next time you go back child is hopefully when you pick up OoT. So I don't hate the play. I think it would make a little bit more sense to warp away from Death Mountain Trail instead of going here first. So I like Tanjo sequencing a little bit better here. Just based on the very limited information we have for our heads so far. Likelihood, of course, I think, is that both of the things they're doing right now is just hard required. So
who knows? But hey, we got
doesn't really super matter. Yeah, they both don't have sons, so that you kind of have to take that into consideration for the routes. They do have Prelude though, so it's not really that important. Pyra saving for Dampe time here. Just wants to read the hint.
That makes sense. Ooh, Forest Path to Phantom Ganon, which makes sense because we have bow and hook shot.
Yeah, it doesn't super matter. Probably. Going for backlight hints is... I don't know. Like, in a way, this feels aggressive trying to get information, but historically has been a very conservative play. Den's here. Okay.
That gets us Shadow Temple entrance and Ice Cavern Path to Evil's Bane. Wait, what?
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, so we have 2 Bane hints, and Ice is at... It's in Deku Tree. Okay. Interesting.
The only thing we've found so far in Death Mountain Trail is Din's. Okay.
So that could be just something in Shadow Temple to then lead toward...
It could be. There's a lot of things that are Din's locked right now. Could be for Goron City Pop. Definite possibility. Tanjo going immediately for it.
We'll see if this little Din's logic pays out.
That is going to be a neutral face.
Right. I thought that was going to be I thought that was the angry face. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. It's going to reset the room. Nice.
Ooh, double magic. He's not going to go for the double magic.
No, you don't really need it.
And a heart piece.
That might be nice, though. We don't really know enough about the seed for you know, that for that to be like a surefire thing, but could be nice. It is like a 30-second or so time investment though, so like you kind of have to think, this is going to cost me 30 seconds across the entirety of the race, and
Fair enough.
deemed it not to be worth it at this point. I mean, you have so many adult items. Like, just look at the inventories right now. Like, I don't
it's
really
not
blame
bad.
them either. Yeah, I think going adult sooner rather than later would make the most sense.
As Pyra's doing right now.
We'll have that Pierre set up, and he's going straight for it.
Simultaneous Serenade plays, just different ages.
Yep, Tanjo doing it slightly differently here. Pyra did set up the Dampe time. I don't know if he actually checked Dampe. I didn't actually see that, but
I think he did, yes.
okay, yeah, oh yeah, he read the backlink and into the reset, right?
Yep, the same strategy
Okay.
you had mentioned, yep.
Does not have any money, so he's gonna have to farm this grass here if he wants to do fishing.
Oh yeah.
And a little bit under average luck here for Rupee so far.
Dang, yeah.
No bloopies at all.
Dang, that's unfortunate. Well, maybe we'll find some money on top of the lab. Who knows?
Now, it is possible to get a red rupee on the grass. It's just really unlikely.
Well, there's our bloopy. Just still not enough to get us to do adult fishing.
He doesn't want to spend any more time here. He's off to Fire Temple, which is kind of what he's been routing around for the past 5 minutes, right? So makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Has 5 hearts again. Gonna be pretty safe here for the most part. And you know you have to go do this stuff. Gonna see if you can get a cheeky boss key near the boss.
Nope, we are not lucky.
Personally,
to have a boss
I would have
key.
gone DC. I think that would have been a little bit of a stronger play.
I would agree with that. I would have done DC into fire.
Just, I mean, it's kind of splitting hairs at this point in the scene a little bit. Does have the Pierre, so he's good to go, but there are a few things that would make fire a little bit easier, depending on what exactly could be in DC. The only issue there for the runners right now is just getting there, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Get on Bolero. They've already done all the explosive checks out in Minuet.
True.
So it would kind of be, at this point, just retreading their steps a little bit. Would be a little nice, though, if you went through CAC, just from Temple of Time. And that you could do Adult Archery, you could do CAC Bombable Grotto. So it wouldn't be dead necessarily going that way.
Yeah, Tanjo wanted to go for double magic, so he's like, wait, I don't really need this.
Yeah, there's just so many ways to get back magic just in the sea that large, but in a lot of places that you use it, there's something that you can do pretty minimally to refill that, so not going to be a huge issue here.
We'll see if Tanjo goes either Fire Temple or DC first. And we are climbing up Fire Temple this seed. Looks like he's making a fire temple route.
I mean, walking out here signals to me he's just going to go to DC first.
I just think I would have thought he'd then equip bombs instead of the hammer. Though hammer is faster to get into DC, so that makes sense actually. Now that
you only need bombs for the eyes. You don't need them for the staircase or anything.
That's fair.
It's going to buy a shield as well along the way. Makes a lot of sense.
And checking out Boulder of Destiny. Graveyard Path of Baronade.
That's a new one.
Only thing we
Bomb
got
the
was...
It's at Bomb the Well, so most likely I would think it would be Song of Storms, Zeal locked. Could be for something else. There's still no suns. Usually taking the approach of like the simplest explanation for paths can help a lot with routing. So a lot of the time, it's kind of just pointing to the dungeon entrance being unlocked. But then that, the other half of the time could be for something else required in the dungeon to get to the boss, or an item leading to another item to get to the boss, etc. Always gonna have to be on your toes a little bit. Yeah, he is bailing here. He's gonna get a fairy off of the Gossip Stone, an SFM. Or just bailing entirely, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna check out Goron City into getting a Song of Bolero, most likely. Probably just gonna go to DC, and Tanjo actually is doing field checks here. Gonna want to pick up Pyra. Just get that out of the way as soon as possible. Let me get some information along with a few checks here in field.
Yeah, it could be that Pyra wants to look for a strength before going any further in fire. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know why he decided to just bail out of fire. But it could be just that maybe at the moment fire is not the right play.
It was really tight timing for the elevator. You had about 20 seconds at the bottom of the chain link fence, which is probably barely good enough. You want generally, 25, 30 seconds for most people.
Yeah, fair enough.
He did have like 3 1/4, I think, exiting the far side of the big lava room. So I think if he wanted to commit to just doing the elevator then, I would have just killed the keys nearby. Or gone back to the lobby, killed the keys there, and then go across the bridge. And at that point,
yeah,
you're maximizing your health that way. And then you don't have to 2-trip for it or fire. The fact that he kind of routed around it with Pyra as well, too, would make me want to just commit to it if you just already, you played around it the whole time, so might as well. But instead, gonna go do DC, a few checks here and there. Maybe could just get a few more health upgrades potentially as well, make it that much easier. Mirror Shield, okay.
That helps with getting through Spirit. Just need 2 strengths.
Yeah, not an awful location either. This is one of those you pretty much always do these checks in Goron City Maze, so, or at the very least, you can just peek too.
And Pyra's also been going for. I think both Hydra and Pyra have been going for these skulls. Yeah, because 20 could still be needing up to 20.
Yeah, pretty good idea generally in S9. They are pretty low requirement checks, so they scale a little bit higher than they would otherwise, like with different settings.
Well, there's Requiem, so that's our spirit access.
Very nice. Oh, there's a strength. I think that was on the crater wall.
Yeah, that looked gold in that wall, so that might have been. Just maximizing the timer here in the crater. Not too bad. I'll see if this was indeed strength. It definitely looked like it. Yep, that's strength. Let's see. I guess that's immediate. Actually, lets us full clear Forest Temple now, since we have the access to it.
Yep, it is here in Crater as well, so would be a fairly risk-free play for them. Just progression as well.
Yep. Wait a minute. I think that was the third Kokiri Forest defensive Ganon. Or is that the second?
I don't think so. Either case, it would just be pointing to bow and hook, most likely.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So no new information there. Doubling back for the health on Pyra's side. That's the whole reason he left fire, so it would make sense to pick it up there.
We can't do any of the fairies with no ZL, which is locked behind the 3 stone dungeons.
It's very slowly becoming a possibility, though. Really just looking for the second strength. On the R side, Tanjo is going to be getting this mirror shield and the strength pretty shortly before heading into DC.
Mm-hmm. DMC, the grotto in DMC leads to business scrubs, and the scrubs aren't randomized.
That's the Goron City scrubs, yeah.
Yep, we have an ice to Bane, and we also have we have 2 Bane paths. Interestingly enough.
Hey, welcome on in ZeldaSpeedRuns DE. It's a German restream.
Welcome in.
This is just the Tanjo Pyra matchup for the Season 9 main tournaments. Both these players lost their initial round, so this is their second chance. Continuing on, the loser gets eliminated from the tournament. And the winner heads on to face off against Chalenswa and Broats, the winner of that matchup.
Huh.
A lot of items found so far early on in the seed. We're almost about 40 minutes in. And we know that ZL is on Ocarina of Time. So we know that both players have to do all dungeons, all the main dungeons at least. Bomb of the Well is also required. And the stone dungeons that they have to complete are DC, Fire, and Spirit, which are all accessible at this point.
Yep, all that's left now is just Strength 2, and we can get Zelda's Lullaby.
I guess that's what this chest in DC is. Oh, just some fire arrows. Okay. Still a lot to uncover in the seed as well. Once I get ZL, then the seed really starts. So. Still need I don't know, like 4 or 5 items after getting ZL to even be close to go mode. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's not a real possibility to see it unless they can find a letter. Since lights are going to be in Bomb of the Well. Do you know that Graveyard Path Bane and Ice Path Bane? Ice already accessible as well.
It was Trail Bane and Ice Bane.
Ice Trail Bane? Right. So the den's being hinted, potentially.
Yeah. Scale in Dodongo's Cavern.
Would have been nice 20 minutes ago, give or take.
Pyra accidentally sent down the bomb flower instead of throwing it.
Yep, blowing himself up for swag, I guess.
And here we are with our first dungeon completion at 41 minutes. But with the amount of items you get along the way, this is not bad.
A little slow. If you're trying to maximize progression completion, but you'd have to probably skip over a Pyra setup. But about average overall for Season 9.
Well, there's our Goron tunic, so we can go back to fire easier.
Generally, kind of how it plays out is the players kind of get geared up a little bit, and then they go from dungeon to dungeon for the most part until the last dungeon, and
Yeah.
there's like 1 or 2 items left. So this is a pretty normal play pattern so far. All dungeons kind of puts a lot of wrinkles into that, makes them a little bit more spread out. Just more to do in general. Comes down to a few specific key items in terms of who can take the advantage in a race. This one is going to come down to letter, I think.
Agreed. Yep.
At least early on, initially, to get to the mid game. Once you get the ZL unlocked. All right, round 2. Pyro against the elevator.
And we don't have to worry about the timers.
He has Goron tunic, pretty nice.
Yeah, that was just the lucky placement of where that tunic was, really. Oh yeah, potential hover boots here. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I was also thinking...
it comes down to the key logic, so...
Yeah. I think there's also potential of dipping shadow for the first 2 items, but yeah.
You're not going to see that until at least after fire here.
Agreed.
Maybe even after forest. Yeah, no clear advantage either for either runner as well. Might look like Pyra is ahead, but Tanjo does have that Kakuri sword, and he already unlocked Ice as well in this Child 1 section, so
Yep.
pretty sizable advantage, as well as going to River for the KS pickup anyway, so if anything, I would say Tanjo's probably ahead here, but still a lot of C to be played out here, and that stops the hover boots hopes there.
Let's see here. Okay, there's a key up there.
It'd have to be key for key here.
Yeah,
Not impossible.
Right. Well, we have a bow, so we still can move forward at the. Hopefully. Oh, these boulders can be very annoying.
And the bullets are actually on a very set pattern when you load the room, so it's all comes down to timing.
And we can continue moving.
At this point, he spends so much time in his route setting up for Fire and Pierre that if he doesn't go for Pierre here, it's kind of actively bad. So I think he's probably going to commit at least to Pierre, and we'll see if he commits to Deep Fire. I think he just probably will, most likely.
Yeah, Pierre.
You're not going to be back here ever again, and you don't want to bit kind of bit by items in Deep Fire here. Be a little worse location. With no elevator, shortcut unlocked, so.
See, and Tanjo, where are you gonna go right now? Oh yeah, we have CAC archery. We haven't seen yet.
Those 2 checks I talked about earlier. Just makes sense. You're looking for a lot of things at this point. You know, it's all dungeons. It's also why Pyra is most likely committing to all of Fire. And personally, at least, my my whole demeanor changes once I know it's all dungeons. I just get relaxed. I'm like, this is great.
Because you know it, everyone has to suffer through this.
Oh, not necessarily that. I think I just, I think against the average player, I have a sizable advantage, so. Oop. Not quite finding the hole on Tandra's side. In a little bit of trouble. Common problem.
It's like the whole moves whenever you play.
It stays exactly in the same spot. I can confirm. Does not actually move. Does look a little bit differently just because the differences between adult and child CAC. So your perspective is slightly different, but it is does not move. So we're going to Deep Fire here as Tanjo enters Fire for the first time.
And we've hit as soon as we hit early fire, well, the other player hits Deep Fire. See, was Deep Fire the play? Ooh, we got something here. Oh.
Just another bomb bag. There's one more item left here, I believe. It's between Volve and a chest here. If I'm counting the keys correctly. Or no, it's 2 items left, yeah. It's a shortcut, and the above maze also had keys, so.
Okay, so yeah, that does need. Yeah, it just leaves
Although
Volve.
I didn't actually look at the Pyra chest. Was that a key?
Pierre was a key.
Oh, okay. So it's 3 for 3 items then. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, counting keys is a pretty difficult skill,
Yep.
even when you're not playing. So always got to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, for me, it's always having to remember that there's always the extra key in Fire Temple because they take away the lock on the first floor. If you're
Yeah,
unless you're playing Key Sanity, then the lock is back on.
yeah. For a lot of dungeons, at least just an OoT randomizer. If you remember specific numbers depending on which room you're in. So if you're anywhere above elevator, you're 3 keys deep. So you just subtract that from the number of keys you have. Or at least compare. And then it's 5 to at least get to above maze, 6 to get to deep fire. There's 2 extra keys.
Let's see, hammer chest is the extra key.
Very nice. Okay. So maybe I think the elevator or the shortcut was not a key. Then that had to be. That was the key. Okay. We're all good on keys now.
Yep, which means Volve. Which I think at this point means Volve is an item.
Yes.
There was no market hint this seed.
All right, going for the choose setup here for Fulvaggio.
Nice. Oh, oh, that went straight for her.
A little bit of issue there. One of them gets a nice recovery there. Wasted 2. So make sure that you get 7. Did miss 1 because he had a 10-pack of choose and he missed 2. So he's 1 short there.
That's Fire Temple done for Pyra. Now for the hunt for Strength 2 on the path to Spirit Temple. Which I think the next best play would be to go to GTG entrance for Forest Temple.
Definitely be a pretty safe play. Fulvaggio has nothing.
All right then. And yep, that playing Serenade to get the leg makes sense to then just summon Epona and then head off to the fortress. Yep. Oh yeah, we also could do adult fishing, just so we don't leave behind anything.
Yeah, skipping checks, pretty risky behavior for all dungeon seeds, so not going to be seeing that here from either player for the most part. Tanjo having a pretty good fire temple as well on the other side here. Pyra got hit a few times, a few different spots. A bit of a cleaner run from Tanjo.
It was the right shape of spell, but definitely not for roars. But Nehru's is not typically commonly used.
Yeah, it's a dead item to these runners.
Yeah, would have been nice if that were for roars, but oh well, it is what it is. I'm surprised that Pyra hasn't called Epona yet.
A little bit weird, for sure. There's a spawn that you can... What's that?
This would make sense for why.
There's an Epona spawn from when you just exit lake to field, so get a little bit faster to call it, get off, and just get back on. Rather, if you call it here, you have to kind of get a little bit out from Open Grotto, and still quite a bit farther away. So, not entirely sure which one is aiming for here.
As I know, there's a spawn in Lake where if it's awkward enough, Epona just despawns and she's summoned, but you can't get to her.
It's because she's underwater. So you have to be careful with Epona sometimes. Okay, this one's not too bad.
Epona spawn strats.
Yeah, it's relevant for sure.
Oh, Jax. Technically, that would be correct.
All right, Tanjo using the intended pillar. Let's go. It's a little bit faster for virtual console players if you're in deep fire anyway.
Well,
of course, their save quits are a lot slower than emulator players like Pyra, so it's a good call there.
I was gonna say it would make sense because if you could, he's either kind of banking on hammer not being not needed, or just probably figuring out that hammer's not.
Yeah, he's just key counting correctly, so I'm gonna save a lot of time on Pyra not having to go to the very top chest because I believe Pyra didn't check the highest score on first. It's the big difference there.
Correct. Yeah. Oh, we're also gonna get the peekage here in the Valley Crate. Heart container. Okay.
Not going for waterfall.
A little risky, but
it could be a little problematic. I mean, you can always plan to do that after you do forest, but then you do have to walk out of fortress, so it's kind of either way. It's going to cost you a bit of time. Might be able to find strength 2 in forest, and then could skip that at that point. It wouldn't be that bad. Yeah, Tenja making up a lot of time in fire here. Already done with Volvaggio. Is only about 2 minutes behind on the kill. Maybe 3.
Oh yeah, well, over here, may as well just do horseback archery.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing a double forest pretty soon here. It's going to be a lot more interesting, though. Oh, okay. Going wreck first. Okay.
Makes sense.
Song.
And you just reverse your way down to forest.
Yeah, it's pretty okay. I mean, you have a fire source. You know Haunted Wasteland is dead, so that doesn't really matter. Can't buy bomb shoes, so gonna be a little bit worse. Check-wise, at least. I think it's just here for the song, but we'll see. Pyra having a very interesting HBA.
Nocturne. Ooh. That at least opens up Shadow Temple progression.
Nothing so far. Gonna get a rooftop check as well. Did not get put in jail, so we don't know what that is yet. And yep, Tanjo is reversing here. Kind of a low value reverse, but just kind of wants to get to Fortress as soon as possible. So if this is the first way that you think of when you need to get to Forest at GCG, so be it. The time difference isn't going to really matter so much as the potential for the skip checks, although Tanjo has already done Southfield, did those on the way to Lake as adults. So, kind of a wash either way. Pyra is currently only ahead by the fortress checks. Tanjo has almost already made his way through the desert here, so all that time save Pyra potentially had is now gone. And the players, for the most part, are going to be tied at Forest as we hit the hour mark in this race. Thank you again to the runners Tanjo and Pyra. You can see their links to their pages or Twitch in the channel chat there, as well as my co-commentator Saigo, Amy, Emo.
And also shoutouts to our trackers Vaiva and Mr. Moxie.
Doing a lot of the hard work behind the scenes, so thank you very much.
And finally, shoutouts to Baseball, our restreamer today.
Alright, first look at Forest, early key. Not really a lot of any things to use for alternative strats. No furores, no hovers.
Nope. Yeah, in fact, I think
so I'm gonna be
for go mode, for go mode, we're still missing a lot. We have usually ring, long shot, strength, and hovers. I think that's essentially it. Yeah, strength 2. Yeah.
Big chest here.
Ooh.
Nothing.
Well, helps against those iron knuckles.
Yeah, they're both going to be in the clear here as far as life totals go. We can need at least one hit from Knuckles and be A-okay. That's at the very end of the game. Could still find more hearts from now.
Oh yeah.
Still a lot of the game left to be played here.
Yeah, we've not found any bottles yet.
This kind of a seed definitely always makes me feel like letter's going to be first bottle, and you have to go empty it first.
Yeah.
So it might not be paying off Tanjo's preparedness and already having ice open already. Could also find blue fire arrows. They do have magic and a bow.
That is true. We'll see.
Really, that's the only thing gapping the two runners right now is Tanjo going river and opening ice.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if it is first logical way to do ice and get bottle, all that is letter, that would eliminate the advantage for sure. But Pyra's slightly ahead. So it's kind of a really minor detail, but could end up being a huge time save.
Yeah. And it looked like there was nothing in the well in the courtyard, so Pyra could get to move forward. A lot of love for baseball here on Zelda Speedruns. Nocturne was actually in Colossus, the Requiem check. I think what's happening is that you're hearing Emo's keyboard, and that's being picked up by the mic, so... Yeah, at this point, Forest Temple, it's a very straightforward dungeon when playing on Randomizer. I think the only thing that would really set things differently, logic-wise, if you had hover boots, you can there's a trick you can go from the courtyard up to that ledge. I think that's one of the only major tricks that I can think of.
Not so much a trick as a required feature, yeah. Welcome in on Zelda Speedruns here, Party 46. This is the Pyra and Tanjo matchup for Season 9. Both these players have lost the initial round in the groups phase. So this is a fight for their life in the tournament.
Also welcome Trez, what was part of that group.
Yeah, let's go Trez.
Oh yeah, that's another good trick. Yeah, ground jump with hovers. If you know the key layout here is really nice.
Yeah, it's nice if you can do this, especially if you are aiming to get some skulls anyway. It makes it so that you're just +1 just naturally here. Yeah, the evolution of skulls actually has been really interesting to witness here. At least from even just like Season 8 to Season 9, it's been kind of a shift of risk a little bit. I think it's been like kind of kind of a high risk to low risk. It's kind of flopped back in between the two season to season, so it's always kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah, it helps, yeah, because you have those first 10 skulls being essentially sphere 0.
Yeah, the big thing is world size here. It's just a lot smaller of a world on these settings, and a lot of settings recently in the past year have kind of featured the same thing. So, Speed Gaming Live, also a big big attribute of those settings, as well as mix pools too. You don't even know how big the world is usually for those, but I think it's a lot nicer. Historically, you had all these checks available, especially if you get like bomb bag, bow, hookshot. Essentially, the whole world is open to you, so can be a little bit more difficult to route. A lot of times, it's more on the rails for season 9, but doesn't necessarily have to be. Kind of depends exactly where all the dungeons are located.
Yep, and that's all the keys. That's all the keys here in Forest. So the very
kind of front load a little bit. Kind of average. I mean, there's not that much left of the temple here, so
yeah, sure. Oh yeah, that's true. By this point, yeah, you need to have all the keys. So why was I acting surprised?
Yeah, this chest or the last chest. If you don't have 2 at this point, well, you missed one. So,
yep.
Of course, it is possible to do 3 key forests. It's just not faster though. It's only really faster if it's key sanity. You don't necessarily want to be playing that competitively, but
it's a nice little fun deal if you want to do casual.
I've just had a lot of key sanity seeds in the past, so don't mind me.
I think whenever I
get the initial cycle.
I think when I started playing casually, I used to mostly just play with ice traps. They're just funny.
There was a time in random history where that was in the main tournament for multiple years. So it's always interesting to see how the settings shifts and what players like to play. Has a lot to do with it.
Now, to answer the question in chat, where do we go after Forest? I would. That is a good question. Let me just look at the dungeon layout here.
Still no Song of Storms. Still no ZL. Still need Strength 2. Could be in this big chest here. No, hovers. Okay, that is pretty good though.
So that's Shadow Temple then. Easy question then.
Yep. I guess that's where they're going next here. So they can't do all of Shadow though. They are going to still be ZL locked, but it is.
Oh, that's right.
Required for 1. And 2, they can get back to it fairly easily. They can push the block. They can get to the block right before the boat.
That's right, yep.
So it's still a huge potential for items here. And aside from that, there's really not a whole lot open. There is Child Spirit. You don't really necessarily want to change ages, but it's semi-free here. Both players have Prelude. Could go to GTG. That's going to be letter locked, though. They're trying to find letter. So going to be a little bit at odds with what the seed is requiring of them right now.
As I say, KZ skip makes it trivial, but yeah, it's still have letter logic in the back of your.
Yeah, Deku at water, so it's going to be at least a scale 2 locked away right now, or irons. Yeah, water at fire, that's just going to be a no-go.
Yeah, nope.
Aside from that, yeah, there's ice, and that's about it. We know that ice is path, so Tanjo could potentially go there.
But we have no bottle is the problem.
Yeah, that is the problem. So yeah, it's pretty much shadow or bust at this point.
Yep.
Like I said, this is kind of the on-the-rails portion, right? It's open-ended to a point, and now we're going to go through the same decision points for a little bit. It's going to open up towards the end once they have 1 to 2 dungeons left. Mark my words. In an hour, you'll see what I'm talking about.
So, if by Deku Dip for Tanjiro you mean go Deku for Ice Cavern, and Deku is locked behind water, so we can't access those. We can't access those, and we can't progress through ice, unfortunately.
Yeah, you
That's
got
true. We also do.
a few overworld checks here and there, 10, 20. Aside from that, yeah, not really, almost nothing. So
Other than Shadow, which is the denser play at this point.
yeah, I'd be be pretty shocked if they both don't go there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're seeing that kind of slight time difference here between the two players. Pyra just entering Phantom Ganon, Tanjo on Green Po. So I think the gap is getting smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So Tanjo's making up time here, yeah. Again, neither player is really ahead or behind. Comes down to a lot of seed-specific things we don't know yet. So buckle in. There's still a ton of seed left here.
Yep.
Exciting Shadow Temple coming up.
And the quick Phantom Ganon there. Okay, yep, he's going Spirit because he knows there's something out there and that song could be helpful. He'll be paid out with Nocturne and go straight to Shadow. Off we go into Shadow Temple. Again, like we were mentioning before, we can't do all of Shadow Temple without ZL, but at this point, this is the densest play our runners can make at this point to possibly find another strength at this point.
Yeah, it's progression as well, so it's a surefire player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at this point, yeah, our runners would be happy to find Strength 2, they'd be happy to find a bottle, or even the letter. One of those three. Yeah, Strength 2, bottle, or blue fire arrows. Yeah, one of those three. Yes, hovers were in the falling ceiling room. Yeah, right on the path to the Green Po. Ooh, or second scale irons would also make things work for Water Temple, which is, oh yeah, Deku Tree, as well as Water Temple from Fire Entrance.
Tanjo gonna go for the Valley checks here after Forests. It's gonna have the Waterfall advantage. See if that has anything here. Pyra did skip that earlier.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so first two
Angle's
checks.
a little bit off.
First two checks of Shadow were nothing. Or rather, one of them was a key, so...
Almost didn't realize the 30-pack that Tanjo has right now. It's crazy. Be really convenient. A lot faster than bombs. Oh, that looks like a bottle.
Oh? This could be the punish that Pyra now will have.
Yeah, a little bit aggressive on Pyra's side. Just in general, but skipping this. It is just a bottle though, it's not letter. But it's gonna let yeah, it's gonna let Tanjo do ice, yeah.
Yeah, this definitely puts Tanjo at a bigger lead.
Yep, it's the whole thing that he's been routing around. So Pyra kind of went a little bit more aggressive on fire. Didn't really pay out. Didn't need it, really. Tanjo, river start. Got the item. It's going to be required for something that is Path Bane and ice.
Yep. Which at this point was more than likely would be Storms to get access to the well to then find the lights.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the difference between the two, the clock is now paused since Pyra is in a progression dungeon. It's going to unpause, though, once he's done with it. So at that point, it becomes how long does it take to go to river? Doesn't really have a lot left, so I think it's going to be fairly quick.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless. Positioned pretty well for it here, too. Could just, like, Nocturne out. Go do it. Ice it. We don't know it's an ice yet.
We just know it's a Bane path.
Yeah. Yeah, letter would make the most sense, I think. Sphere Zero bottle for letter. Kind of, it's kind of mean, but it's how it rolls sometimes. Yeah, all the other bottles are in here. That'd be crazy. I mean, it was just yesterday. I had a seed that had all 3 strengths and bottom of the well. That was nuts.
I had
never seen that before.
I had a seed when I started off in Scrubs that both hooks were in Fire Temple. That was nice. That was mean.
Yeah. Pretty much anything like that. Progressive or just a lot of like items in the one dungeon. If it's not like hinted directly, it can be pretty brutal sometimes. Meanwhile, Pyra is about nearing the halfway point here in Shadow. There is an item here.
Watch this be another bottle. Oh, strength 2. Okay, even better.
Nice. That is going to be unlocking ZL. So I'd imagine that Pyra is going to go to the shortcut block and go get ZL, then come back. Another big chest.
Let's see what this is.
The other strength. Slingshot.
Ah.
Still pretty good. Logically, you need that for Child Spirit.
True.
So it might be wanting to set that up before going Adult Spirit. We'll see Pyra's approach here. Or if he just wants to jam, I'm going Spirit now. Like it.
Yeah, I think at this
I
point,
wouldn't be too surprised by either, yeah. Based on how he's been playing so far.
Yeah, Spirit would be the biggest play to go for right now to get ZL. Because at this point, yeah, you just pull the shortcut, do Spirit, clear it, and then just go back to Shadow.
Big chest on Tanjo's side.
Letter. Long shot. Okay.
All right.
Hmm.
Seed throwing us for a loop. That's why you can never be quite 100%, even if it's a straightforward thing like this.
Something that just puts either spirit key. That's either for spirit key logic, or something in water temple. That's but then you don't have irons for exploration.
Yeah, it's definitely not for crossing, so we can just knock that off. We already have Epona.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine there's going to be something else in the last chest here.
Yeah, we'll see.
Don't know what the song is. I think it...
A lot of us were saying there was going to be storms in here. Skull Kid
No,
is not...
that's going to be on Comp Grave, most likely, since it's Graveyard Path Jabu, and...
Ah, gotcha.
Jabu is in Bottom of the Well, so...
Yep. And Bottom of the Well is in Bottom of the Well is in Jabu. Alright, what do we have for our reward here in Ice? Not a big chest. Sarias, okay. Well, the Skull Kid in Lost Woods is nothing, so it could be... Ooh. It could be something on Darunia.
Yeah, you're just going to go into Shadow here. Again, it's a pretty guaranteed play. If you're most players, at least in top 32 within the situation, you're going to go to your progression. Again, that time kind of stops on the clock in terms of how much time do I have available to find the next important item or something to bring myself to parity, even if I don't know what my opponent has, right? But it's still going to be a thing.
Right. And yep, as we were saying, yeah, Pyra with strength 2 in hand going straight for Spirit. And I thought I saw a hint saying that Child Spirit has a key. So this could so we'll see if that means, well, hopefully there's a key on the adult side, but this could mean he has to then go back Child and come back here.
Yeah, once you get in a 1v1 situation like this, in a bracket scenario, more or less, you can kind of ratchet up the aggressiveness a little bit more towards your opponent rather than having to play against 80 people in a qualifier. So just generally, that's kind of what we've been seeing for the most part. But I think for Pyra especially, yeah, I'm not shocked at all. He's just going here.
And no key.
Yep, it's gonna have to go to Child Spirit anyway. So it's, both schools of thought are correct, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of what are you willing to risk.
Oh yeah,
So if you do Child Spirit first, then you're gonna do those two anyway. It doesn't change anything. So.
Anyone in front? I would still
No.
say. I think they both now caught up with what's going on.
We don't know enough about the seed generally to know who's ahead yet. Ice only had long shot Sarias. Very open question on whether or not that's even needed or required, the seed. Strength 2 is in the Crusher room in Shadow. So both players are going to be pushing the block for the shortcut, coming back with ZL to finish Shadow after Stone Spirit, after picking that up on OT. And then at that point, really, we just have 3 dungeons left here. We got Water, which is in Fire Temple, so that's just completable. Especially with this long shots. Potentially could be the difference maker. The long shot skip in Water with Iron Boots has been great this season. It's first season that it's been legal, so it was no one really knew of its existence last season. So, but it's been a huge thing for S9. Could be really great if you just don't need the irons at all and just you just long shot your way down.
Yeah, because that trick was is now only about 4 months old, I think.
Yep. Yeah, they're about. Then, of course, Jabu's going to be in Bomb the Well, which is presumably Song of Storm locked in Graveyard. So players will pick that up after Spirit Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And then Deku, which is in, again, Water Temple. So might need the Iron Boots anyway just for that, or the Scale 2. Both these players, well, even without Long Shot, they'd be okay with that. So about a couple items off from go here.
Yep. Where is Pyra going from here?
Could be going down river. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do have the
Guard
scale.
City doesn't have the Sarias. That's an ice, of course. Yeah, Targon Woods, I guess. It's kind of a lot of time to invest for one check. So I'd expect them to string something along here. Looks like it is the Child Goron City.
Alright.
Tanjo has already completed this, for reference.
There's Tanjo with the strength 2.
A little bit of issue here with the Crusher Room. Of course, that's why I always just go against the wall. That way you don't have to time it as strictly. Also, Link's position doesn't move that way, so it's a little bit easier. Pyra going to be saving a little bit of time on Tanjo, of course. Had a few difficulties here with Goron City Pop. See where it goes after it. I assume he's just going to play Prelude here.
Yep, and he's not going to go... Yep, and not go River and find out the K-Sword is there.
That's fine. It's I think going River in his position here would be a little bit greedy. I think just... because he only really went back Child for Child Spirit. So
yeah,
kind of just wanted to staple on a few checks here and there for value while he's still Child. So going for River again could be good. I mean, it has a few different checks there. Might want a one-trip River later.
Oh yeah,
so arguably it could be greedy either way you look at it. So,
that's true. That's true. You probably would go back once you have Storms to then get whatever's on Lower River and Storms and Frogs 1.
Yeah, because you have to go back at some point for Bomb the Well. So I might want to string both of those together, one trip both.
That makes
Pretty
sense.
ideal scenario. Doesn't always play out that way, of course.
No, yeah, we have not seen any Frogs hints, nor Frogs 1 nor Frogs 2. And one of them's an always hint. Back at the lake did not have those because I think Tanjo checked back at the lake, or one of our runners checked back at the lake.
Pyra did, yeah.
Yeah, to help because he then saved right before time of day for Dompe digging.
And we'll see if there's anything in Spirit here. Of course, it could be a bit tricky to use lock things here and there in Spirit, so...
Well, that's true, because while they can't be keys, they could be something else, and you have to make a double dip back here.
Right, yeah, that's actually very scary.
Well, it's funny that, well, even we already have a hard required double dip in Shadow anyway.
Yeah, as far as we're aware, there's still another strength out there, potentially.
Yeah.
In this scenario, probably not, but... Tanjo going to be pushing that shortcut block, of course, very shortly. But I expect him to go Child Spirit. It's kind of more in line with the way he routes.
Ooh, we got a big chest here in Spirit. Okay,
nice.
That boomerang helps.
It's going to be required for seed completion, so strike one item more away from the go mode. Puts a lot more pressure on this access to Deku. Still no sign of letter, by the way. Like, we need that too.
Yeah, I was about to wonder, yeah. Because we technically need letter to get into the well.
Yeah, currently we know that Dins was in Death Mountain Trail. That was also Path Bane. So
Yep.
a little odd.
And then we had Ice Cavern Path to Bane, which had Saria's and Longshot.
I think the back end of Shadow probably has something. There's 4 items there, right? They have all the keys.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember.
I think so.
No, I think no. According to Pyra's tracker, he's missing 1 key in Shadow.
I wouldn't trust that.
Oh.
Yeah, Walls. Oh, right. Walls was hinted.
Yep.
I think it was nothing, right? Vault and junk, right?
Yeah.
Might as well be nothing.
And yep, Chimp Ring was indeed here in Spirit Temple. It was in the Child Spirit side, the Child Climb. And Kokiri's sword is on Lower Zor's River. Which Tanjo picked up pretty much at the beginning of the seed.
Yeah, major things, the items that we need, that we know for go mode, can be letter and irons.
Mm-hmm.
Could be scale 2. Yep, there's no discernible lead yet. Kind of need to know a few things more about the seed. So, Tanjo has been to Ice already, found Saria's long shot, so if those lead to anything, then he is ahead, for sure. Otherwise, it's been about a 1 to 2 minute gap for the most part. It's because of that early river play. Otherwise, they've made pretty much exactly the same plays. Few differences in their routing, but nothing notable beyond that ice.
And to answer your question in the chat, both our runners checked the child hand, and it didn't look like it was anything important, so I don't know if they'll make their way up that way.
It didn't look like a big chest. At least to me. We'll see if I'm right.
Yeah, it didn't look big to the runners either, because otherwise I would see them making their way up that.
Yeah.
This is all dungeons, because Zelda's Lullaby is on Ocarina of Time, and Shadow Temple is a medallion, so we need and Zelda's Lullaby is hard required for the boat. K-Sword was Azora's River. Pyra having decent RNG with Twin Rova.
Yeah, anything but bad RNG for Twin Rova. Like, it can be a lot of things, as long as it's not bad. That's all you really want.
Ooh, like in this instance, yeah, this is bad RNG. We had commentators
okay.
curse.
No, this is okay.
Never mind then. Okay. Okay, when they're both on the complete opposite sides of the arena, it typically sometimes ends up still being bad.
The other witch will usually try to at least fly in the path that's shootable for the other one, though. Not all the time, of course, so... In the free phase, especially with Big Goron Sword, nothing really to worry about here.
Nope. And with that, we have what we need for Zelda's Lullaby.
I'd imagine both runners here are going to pick that up. And then, since they're still child and they have Rang, we're just going to go to Jabu after checking what's on Comp Grave.
I was about to say, yep. Yeah, because at this point, yeah, it's very likely Storms is going to be on Composer Grave.
Yep, coming down to water. Water and Deku. Of course, could be completable water as well here for Tanjo. Does have that long shot.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is here between the two runners. And then, however, they managed to get into Deku, where the Scale 2 and Irons are. Still no foolish dungeon hint found. I think it was only domain so far, right?
Correct, yeah. Which at this point, I don't think there's been a dungeon we've seen that hasn't had a major item in it.
Kind of starting to believe this ice. Longshot or Sari's. I mean, Dins didn't really lead to anything here. Not yet, at least. Still do have that back end of Shadow. A few different things that could be.
We do have a Storm's Grotto and Trail.
Yeah, Comp Grave, of course, too. Not just for the song, but for the check as well.
Yep.
Though, yeah, Fire Arrows the seed as well, so it's not really going to make those have anything. An interesting point to see for sure.
Mm-hmm. Now what would be scary is if there was a major item you had to go back to Spirit Temple for because of the ZL requirement.
Pretty likely, I think. It's kind of a lot of checks that are ZL locked, comparatively to what they have available to them at least.
Mhm.
Again, not a whole lot open. Like, Pyra could definitely get funneled into River here pretty easily. After doing Jabu, you're just in CAC, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's AD, you're looking for letter. Oop, okay.
Here we go. Here's something.
Okay.
Strength 3, okay.
Hey, not necessarily a bad thing. Not entirely relevant here either.
No.
Would have made it a... Man, if you got that instead of the Shadow Strength, though, that would have been quite a bit better.
Oh, yeah.
Would lead to one-trip shadowing.
And yep, that's Storms.
Yeah, all Ganon's just still lightly locked here, so that all doesn't matter.
Lights are currently in bottom of the well, which is in Jabu Jabu's belly. Long shot,
showing off.
Long shot in Ice Cavern, actually. I was about to say, what was that sound going from Pyra's side? Of how I know it's the Ganon laugh on chickens. Yeah, IGC had one major item.
Yeah, it could be that second scale or irons, but outside of that, probably nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a bottle, if I had to guess.
More than likely.
Still a lot of extraneous items, too. It's really only the second bomb bag that we found. I guess second bow, too.
Oh,
right?
yeah, we haven't found any of the bows or another slingshot, even.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Pyra in Jabu here, as expected. Can be getting another dungeon done off his checklist here. And do a Shadow Temple. And at that point, we'll see what we have left. Probably going to be in the same exact boat, if I had to guess.
Mm-hmm.
Then that... I mean, the whole seed could come down to the decisions the runners make at that point.
Yep.
A little scary, but at this point they've really not made any risks for the most part. Riskiest thing that happened was Pyra skipped the waterfall in Valley. That turned out to be a bottle. Yeah. Outside of that, like, they've really been on the expected path here, I think. Relatively quick for all dungeon seed as well.
Yeah, not too bad a time at this point.
Yeah, I would guess like a 2.5 hour finish time for this matchup.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Yeah, once letter is found, that's kind of when the floodgates open, and you're just looking for an entrance to Deku at water. It'll come down to that. At that point, you can kind of put GTG back in the sphere of things that exist, because currently going there just wouldn't help with letter at all. So. Oop, trying to find this last Shabam. It does have to look up to reload it.
Oh,
big chest.
This could be letter.
Yeah, could be.
Oh,
another bow.
One of the other bows we were talking about.
Mm-hmm. You get some more bait out of the way. That's fine. Puts more weight onto other big chests that now exist. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's true. That's true. Tanjo does have big pose available. And nope, Pyra has not gone to river yet.
Really slight detail here. No backwalking while carrying Rudo for Pyra, so depending on how Tanjo navigates this Jabu, even more time on the table to lessen this gap. Only a couple seconds, but it might come down to something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see this coming down to being in Ganon's castle at certain points.
Yeah, the way it's been playing out, I mean, they'll just both be in the Ganon fight, so see if it continues here. Gonna be at 20 skulls for Pyra after exiting Jabu. Of course, as the last one near the boss.
Yep.
Pretty nice. Has gone very not out of his way at all for any of these, so pretty effective skull farming from him. It's definitely one of those checks I'd be the most suspicious of, like just having letter at this point.
Yep, I would agree with that.
Could be able to pick that up after Jabu, and again, I think Pyra's just gonna go river after Jabu. Because otherwise, all you really have left is the rest of Shadow. And at that point, you're just kind of searching. So, would be the most efficient. Could cut out an entire exchange here later on in the seed. But you could also go there as an adult. They'd just pick up storms as well, though. So, like, all these competing interests here, it's always tough to route when you're in this situation as well, like these runners are.
Oh, Pyra is not going for that last skull. He's going to go for a different one. Oh, oh, that's right. No Sun Song, so he can't do the easy night cack. Hmm.
A little awkward.
But a very clean
Might push
Baronet.
him away from River then.
Yeah, we'll see. But so far, very clean Baronet fight from Pyra. Yeah, with that ice play, giving this long shot in Saria's. Yeah,
Yeah,
if it turns out that Saria's did lock something.
when you have multiple Bane hints, especially, it's a good indication that I think both will be required.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's just like a rule of thumb, and anything can happen. So, all right, another ZL left check here. We're getting this as the last goal. Okay,
Okay, now
centrally located. It's fine. I mean, he was right next to the Skull House, so I think near boss would have been leagues better. But
mm-hmm. But if you,
getting it on the way to another check, so it's fine here.
yeah, that's fine. Oh, blue fire arrows was final frogs.
Okay.
Funny.
Yep. Still bottle locked, so not really gonna end up mattering. Also, Sans just being MIA doesn't really help that either, so. But that's gonna be on Burning Kike at this point.
Yeah.
Or Prelude, I guess, yeah.
Or we also have Forest Battalion.
Yeah.
Ah, so that wasn't it.
Just another value play.
Yep, Pyro's gonna go straight back into Shadow and clear that out.
Yeah, notably, the last Den's lockjacks here, so.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's where that hint came into play, where the walls were hinting junk and wallet. So we might just skip those.
It'll probably be nothing here, but if it is, it'll be like irons, I think.
Oh. Oh, Pyra? You have a shortcut open.
Oh, he's going to the shortcut.
Oh, you have to go this way. Oh, that's right. This is the way to it. Oops. I heard. It's been so long since I remembered where that was. It didn't look like there were any keys on Spirit Hands.
Looked like 2 small browns from my point of view.
I thought it was. I think it was a heart on the Mirror Shield chest.
Yeah, Tanjo's probably been thinking about it since he's been ice, so I think he's had a lot of time to ponder about it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, after completing Shadow, he's gonna have a pretty clear idea of his sequencing. We'll see what Pyra does, though. I think has a much less of an idea of solidified. Big chest here, though. Okay. That is the wallet that was hinted.
Yep, I was about to say. That would be a nasty thing to have to go back to Spirit Temple for just for the ZL checks.
I mean, it's on the table. It's one of the more dense places right now.
Also, happy 2 hours. Oh, uh-oh.
Yep, and we're watching the Pyra versus Tanjo matchup for the Season 9 main tournaments. Of course, go follow them. Links are in the chat. Thanks as well to my co-commentator, Saigo.
Shoutouts to Emo as well.
As well as today's trackers. We have Viva and Mr. Moxie. Thank you for doing all the hard work behind the scenes, making the experience a lot more enjoyable for our watchers here in the crowd, as well as Baseball, who's making the restream possible.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, nice quick spin strats with the Bigron sword.
Yeah, fair backup. Just couldn't find the eye there.
Yeah, I mostly go for quick spin strats with the Master Sword because it feels more consistent to me.
It's harder than doing a one cycle with just crouch stabs, at least in my opinion, because you have to do perfect spin slashes. So it's a little bit more difficult to time, I think. Ooh, that is big though. Second scale. That unlocks. Yeah,
That gets us
Deku.
Deku. There's also.
That's it though.
It also gives us Lab Dive.
I guess. Yeah, that's gonna make it so. I mean, Tanjo just needs Let It Go, so it's nice to figure out where that is. Again, I think he has a pretty good idea at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see where he goes after Shadow here. Meanwhile, Pyra's going to have to do the hook-only strats. Not a terribly difficult strat. So just 4 side hops to the left, side hop, side roll to the right, as long as you're in the right position next to the entrance here.
This looks very, very precise, like a pixel shot.
Yeah, it's a little bit tight, especially if you're on emulator. Again, if you're not playing on Virtual Console, that ESS adapter makes it a lot more difficult to get it. Again, it's also going to come down to comfortability with your controller. Has a lot to do with it.
Ooh, big chest here.
You need a big chest. Yeah.
All right. Well, there's our furores.
It's not even good right here. It's just kind of there.
Oh, that's a nice little peek strategy by going up the right side. First I've seen that.
It's a pretty reliable strat, especially the emulator difference. It's a lot brighter on average than the typical VC setup, so it's a lot more consistent to look at it that way.
Gotcha.
It would be faster though, just to hook up there instead of looking.
True. And nothing in the compass room. Yeah, this is just a very, very quick Deku Tree.
It's always quick. I mean, it's usually only, I don't know, around 4 or 5 minutes as a child. It's a couple minutes quicker as adult. Just as long as you have hook, then it is significantly faster. You just essentially going from chest to chest instead of climbing and hoping for good RNG on the spiders. No. You just skip all past that.
Yep.
And Tanjo did the same thing. Not going to have to do the hook setup. Of course, if you just kind of chill out in the water here a little bit, you can just hit it with long shot. Very easy.
Mm-hmm.
Also with long shot, that's also going to add about... Well, not add, but take away about 15 seconds. Just makes it that much easier. You can actually hook up to the upper chest on the first level here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as well as just doing that, too, from the entrance. Way faster.
All right, so now for Pyra, where does he go from here?
All right, it's the big moment we've all been waiting for. What does he do?
Let's see. We have lab dive, and then
Yeah, it's likely where he's going right now. I would have just taken the bridge, but
we also could technically do gold scale water temple, but he doesn't have long shot though from ice. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Yeah, water wouldn't probably be the best idea.
Oh, for Pyra, no, because he'll enter and have nothing to do, so it's not going to be great for him. Not at this point yet. Has all the field already done? Going CAC? Checking 20 skulls.
Oh, that's true. Yep, we have 20 skulls available. So 1 in 32 is actually removed from these settings. It requires you to have Lens of Truth to do treasure chest game.
Yeah, it's an actual setting now instead of just a tournament rule. Really nice setup there with the hammer there from Tanjo. Makes it so he doesn't have to equip another shield. pretty rare and niche, but has its uses here and there. Having a little bit of difficulty with Goma. Oh, didn't even check 10 yet. Wow. Okay. I mean, it's been basically progression to seed, so yeah. Nothing here. I'd imagine this is a river play now. It's the closest he's ever been to it. Still hasn't done this Redead Grotto yet.
Oh, yeah. I can definitely see River after this. He'll find the Kokiri sword, but he has to go back child to then open up the ice cavern to go back adult to do so, which that's annoying in and of itself. Oh, that's true. But Pyra could do outside Ganon's castle with strength 3.
Going back to Spirit potentially here.
Yep, ZL lock checks.
Alright, Tanjo's on the hot seat now. Only has water left and letter for lights. See what he does here. Making the similar play. He's just gonna go for diving first.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly nasty one is top of DMT right now. It's so far out of the way.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's probably like the worst location it could be, I think.
Well, we still need to go back to. There's also the Storm's Grotto, so it might be just a routing thing to just get those two in when you go back.
Could be.
Should we also? There's also still.
Ooh, Tanja's got Minuet. So it could be what he's setting up here. Plus, like Crater, like.
See.
Fairly dense. Outside of Spirit, I mean, that's like your next densest place, so I don't have to play. Alright, 2 checks coming up right here for Pyra.
Let's see.
I think 1 will be a big, but it'll be like a slingshot.
Oh, it's big. Oh, that's right, no long shots. He has to hook it.
Yeah. Okay, might as well be a sling.
Well, there's treasure chest game for all those in chat.
Ooh, 1 check. Ooh.
1 check.
Another age change, which Pyra's been very conservative with. Not just in this race, but just recently. So it's probably going to be his last location, if I had to guess. Meanwhile, Tanjo is making some progress, going toward the crater area for the other ZL lock checks. Could be something as simple as, okay, you check the right ZL lock checks, you're in the tournament still. Kind of brutal. Yeah. Yeah, they've been hit like, neck and neck the whole time. Outside for that, so.
Oh, he's going for a water dip.
Yeah. Might as well. It's your last progression dungeon, right? And it could be what's hinted outside of ice for your Path Bane. Pyra's going the same way. Likely just for the ZL lock checks only. But at least Tanjo gets water out of the way, just so he's truly just led her away. And it could just be in here.
Yeah.
Has Furores as well. Like, he's chilling right now. He doesn't have to make any decision right now, which is not a bad place to be. And it's not the worst go mode either, Letter. You can't be anywhere. You can only be anywhere that's not letter locked, so... in this seed, at least, it takes a lot of checks out of consideration, like GTG.
Yep. Yeah,
which is pretty nice.
Now, Pyra needs to finish out Trail, just to kind of make sure. Which I think he's about to go. Well, he's also going to do Crater Fairy.
Yeah, he's checking the other ZL lock checks. It's all he really has outside of River, which he's been fairly hesitant towards going all seed. Not a huge fan of River, potentially. Alright, here's the lock check rather, number 1. It's only got 2 here. And kind of bad news for Pyra. He doesn't know it, of course, but Tanjo's just going to be doing these right after water anyway, so...
Yup. Dick.
If it is here, it would be a pretty solid win here for Tanjo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're a Pyra fan out there in chat, you're hoping it's treasure chest mini game, I guess. I think the only thing...
Yeah, that's the only, I think that's the only thing left for him. Yeah.
Yeah, he did 1020.
Oh yeah, that's why he also skipped the Valley bottle.
Yeah, well, he only skipped Waterfall, specifically. He didn't go there as child, so... It's not the strangest skip in the world, but... a little unfortunate. And no other bottles available, too. And you know BFAs are on Frogs 2, so... doesn't leave a lot of things left. Yeah, I think he's just going straight OGC into treasure chest minigame.
I think that's about it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're in this point in the seed and you have to string these 2 checks along together, it's a little painful.
Well, there's the boss key for Tanjo. Alright, rock has been yeeted. We shall see if this works.
I don't know if Tanjo's gonna commit to a full clear here. I think he probably will. Ooh, nothing for Pyra. Going to treasure chest minigame. Okay, Tanjo not gonna commit yet to water. A little bit faster to do the crater checks, of course. Might want to reset his furores here before going back into Morpha, if that's the plan, potentially to come back. Also has Spirit available to him as well. Only seen that on Pyra's side, so likely going to be seeing the same checks.
And so far, I think that only yielded... I'm trying to remember what the big chest in Spirit was. Lens, that's right, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
Could be on Morpha.
Or there's that.
Could be on Morpha. Yeah, I'm always team right for treasure chest minigame.
Well, I kind of changed things up, so you never know.
Making it so the C doesn't know what to give you. I see.
Exactly. If I just guessed the 132, whatever. Let's see. So left, I'm still in.
Damn, immediately out.
Right. I'm still in it. Right. We're still good. Ah, I'm out.
Left. Right. The whole chat's dead too.
One left, and you were just one away from a 1 in 32 emo.
Mm.
Oh,
The feels.
oh boy.
It's probably it, right?
Wow.
All right. Well,
There it is.
it's no mode for us. I think Tanja's gonna get that in about 4 minutes here.
So yeah. You had to go double dip Shadow and Spirit for everything. That's insane.
Yeah, unless irons are in Bomb of the Well here too, Pyra's gonna be at a distinct disadvantage. especially because he's not going upriver. He's not even going to see the Kukuri sword. So gotta hope they're not in Ganon's. Otherwise, he has no way to complete the seed currently. Still needs a way to beat Water Temple.
Yeah, that long shot being in ice, he needs that Kokiri sword from the river.
Yeah, I think he had multiple opportunities to see it, but pretty much every time that he could have routed that in, I think he had something better, either usually progression or just a better use of his time.
So yeah, so to answer the question, chat, letter was in treasure chest mini game, which you had to double dip back into spirit once you had ZL for the hands in the lobby. Sun Song was on Prelude.
Yeah, and they're just picking that up. Interesting. Huh. Just going out to outside Ganon's castle now, I guess. You're already right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pyra definitely gonna be full clearing well here. Still on the lookout for any way to beat water.
Yep.
Good chance of something being in here other than the lights that are hinted. See how it plays out though. Not a great start, only a key. 2 dead chests. Second key. And Tanjo's going to Spirit.
There it is.
Already has water completed, so Pyra's for sure on the back foot here. No other big chest currently yet found in Bomb of the Well. There's about half the dungeon left to go.
Got a big chest here.
Ooh, wow. The irons. Did find them. Wow, okay.
Okay.
Now we got a race on our hands.
Yeah, this will be very close.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, there's still water left, though, for Pyro, which is a significant amount of time. Only has the hook, so he's going to have to do long shot skip.
Oh, yeah.
That itself has a ton of variability, just based on the water level and how it moves. Shoutouts to Flea for his video that he made on that. You can check it out in an S9 discussion.
So we found all the keys, so everything here is now an item in the well. 3 items left here.
Yeah, big thing is Tanjo's long shot here, so only 1 check left here.
There's lights.
It's a tough spot for lights to beat too, for Tanjo fans out there. It's gonna be really close.
Mm-hmm.
No Bolero, so going to be using Minuet here. Going to have to walk.
Yep.
Yeah, Tanjo's just going straight lens game. That's all he has left. Clear the whole seed. I think Tanjo solidly has this, at least in my opinion.
Yeah. Again, Pyra could be. Yeah, because. Yeah, all Tanjo needs is the grab lights, leave, and head up the tower. Whereas Pyra still has to go through a good chunk of water.
Comes down to how well Pyra can get to Morpha with just irons and a hook. Pretty fitting for an S9 seed, I'd say.
Oh yeah. With gold skill, it helps get the better speed you need to get up to the ledge. Alright, Tanjo. Nope. That's right. Right. Right, left. Right, left. Ah! Two rights and 3 lefts.
Alright, I believe it's 4th try. Pyra gets it. Same time Tanjo gets the letter. Gonna have to walk out. He's on a virtual console. It's gonna be a little bit faster than save quitting. Into an immediate serenade.
So yeah, Pyra's in go mode without long shot because of that long shot skip he did get up to the Morpha platform. Which was a trick that was just recently found and made legal.
Yep, brand new for this main season tournament, S9. Tanjo does have the second bottle, so he doesn't have to go back down. He can just go up to King Zora and then to Buell, so a little bit of time save as well there. It could be that Pyra wins this just because he didn't go to a Bane Hinted Ice. Pretty ballsy.
Oh, that's right, yep.
Didn't find the Kakuri sword, of course, so never had the option.
But I'm sure he'll be wondering why Ice was Bane in the potential interview.
Guess just long shot. I mean, I don't know what else could be for.
Yeah, long shot
just
for...
long shot things.
Yep.
Could potentially, with only lights being required left for Tanjo, could affect how he moves through this bomb wall as well. He just tries to maximize checks per minute. So hopefully gets them like quickly on one of the faster checks rather than draining the water first. Reverse side could drain the water first and go for the super deep ones first.
We'll see. That's for...
It's like a pretty standard.
Hyra's going for the dragon chest, so this is going to eat up a little bit of time. There's irons for Tanjo. Water Boss Key was the middle platform of Water Temple. Is the eye switch on the middle platform. Eye target, thank you, Chimp. Better way.
Yeah, he
better
just
way.
goes for that next, I think.
We'll see. Oh, compass checks. Oh, wait, what's this one? Oh, clever. To go that way. Yeah, this is going to be very close for these runners to finish. Is it possible to do the quick morpho grab with hook, or does that require a long shot?
Doesn't require it, but it's a lot more consistent.
All right, come on,
comes down
Pyra.
to Ganon's, I guess.
Oh, didn't get the quick grab.
Don't think he was close enough.
Morpho's. Oh, come on. Morpho's trying to run
that
away.
Is slow with big runs. That is slow. Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Wow.
I think
That's unfortunate. Yeah, it didn't have the damage stored.
I think that pretty much
Could have still been in
for it.
this. I think it's pretty far gone now, though. Unless something crazy happens for Tanjo, it's going to be about a 2-minute difference. It's been a 2-minute difference pretty much the whole time, but now it's in Tanjo's favor as he's walking toward the end. Yeah, it just comes down to one or two things here. That's all you really need in S9.
Yep.
Been a lot of great races this season. I think there's going to be still a lot of great matches to come as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But looks to be like this will be Pyra's exit from S9.
And I think the fast morpho cutscene is new as of this season, I think.
It might have been an S8 somewhere around either last season or this season. Yeah,
Yeah, relatively new though.
it's a lot of very small things keep being added, which is great.
We did have fast boat in the lead up to season 9, but was taken out for whatever reason.
It lags on Virtual Console, so it's mostly why.
That makes sense. And a clean salt and pepper from Tanjo.
I believe the being able to pick up Big Poe on horse, that is new for the S9 this year as well.
Yes. And then Scrub.
Fairly recent one.
And I think, I don't know if season 9 had it, but I know Scrubs had the deal where or Big Poe guy gives you the hint for what's on check.
No, that's a separate setting.
Okay, yeah.
I think originally it was introduced for RSL. Just the number of big pose.
Gotcha.
Because in vanilla, he just says how many pose you've gotten, and you need 10. Like it's
Right.
not. We're pretty far removed from the days of 10 big pose, but
Or seven cuckoos.
for better or worse, yeah. Oh my god, don't even remind me about that.
I remember the old school seeds where you had to do all 7.
That's just a nightmare, man. You don't want to have to make the choice of, okay, well, do I just delete 4 minutes for one check? It's pretty early. Like, not where I wouldn't want to be. A lot easier just to make it a quick check and then, hey, you just do it anyway.
And Ebo, you were kind of predicting around 230 for the seed length. That you were pretty close.
Yeah, I predicted they'd both be in the Ganon fight too. So, what can I say?
Yeah, I think Pyra will be just starting the Ganon fight by the time Tanjo finishes.
Yep. Maybe.
One cycle. Well, there's my prediction. Yeah, that Pyra will be just starting to get in fight as Tanjo finishes. So get your GGs in chat ready for Tanjo, who is moving on in the lower brackets.
Yeah, it's been a well-played seed by both players. GG's to both of them here.
Yeah, very good race.
Looks like they'll both be joining us for the interview very shortly here. Alright, and that's it. Tanjo wins 236-20.
GG.
Very nice. All dungeon seed too, by the way.
Yeah, very good time for an AD.
Hey guys, welcome on in. GG's on the race.
Thank you. GG's. Pyra.
So, what did you guys think about that one?
For me, oh, you can go ahead.
I was just gonna. I mean, it was interesting. Like, I think not checking the light arrow hint kind of screwed me logically. Like, I was thinking I was looking for K-Sword for Rudes, which I don't know. I think I just ended up overclearing Overworld because I skipped it for 2 hours. But
Yeah, fun fact. Yeah, Tanjo picked up the K-Sword within the first 10 minutes. Went to Zora's River.
Yeah, river opener.
yeah.
Yeah, kind of a completely different experience for Tanjo here. Cleared out ice. Found that bottle in Valley Waterfall. Pretty pivotal location. No other bottles really inside the letter.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I also felt that I was worried that I was playing too thoroughly. Like, especially, I believe both of us cleared full fire completely. Well, I skipped one check. Gambling it was a key. But I was ready to lose because of just, doing field and doing lake and all that. Because like after Mido's house, and then you go find the strength in DMC, it almost feels like you can just do your dungeons and then it's just a matter of getting the Ruto's letter at some point, probably. I don't know if there's maybe something else that wasn't quite along the way, but yeah. So that was kind of in the back of my mind, but I don't know. It was like an AD, and I already like kind of doing like the full clear kind of play style, so I just kind of committed, and yeah, just trying to find that letter in the end.
Yeah, I think both of you guys' approaches made a lot of sense. It's kind of a fine line, right, between do I full clear because it's all dungeons, and the other part of S9 where, well, all these Sphere Zero checks are insanely good. Like, how many do I do? All of them? Like, or do you try and save that for later potentially?
Yeah, I mean, other than the ladder, everything was kind of in your way, even with an ADC. It was like, I think I keep going. But the last 20 minutes have just been me reliving like 5 decisions in the seed that all like probably individually were like a minute and a half. So it just feels. I would have rather he just fucking crushed me. It sounds like he cleared a lot more than I did. So, but
I
like,
think it was about the same. I mean, you guys
it-
did all the ZL lock checks that you could.
Yeah, I got really close. The other big difference is that Tanjo full cleared the Bane Path Ice Cavern, whereas Pyra, you never touched Ice Cavern at all to still be this close.
Yeah, but I mean that's like an entire ice over me that he cleared, I guess too. But like, it's also wild. Like I skipped river, I didn't do adult shooting, and I didn't do waterfall. And of those like 6 checks, 2 of them have major items, which is just like it's so kind of like it didn't matter. I don't think. Like, if I had K sword, I would have just gotten baited into ice too. But
Yeah,
it's just wild. Like you skip like 6 items and 4, like 2 of them at least are majors, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, with the Irons location, it just didn't matter, but it could have.
Yeah.
Iron just had to be like in Ganon's here and completely different seed. But
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be the end of S9, at least for you, Pyra. I think you've played really well this season. Any thoughts about this season at large here, S9?
I've liked it. I think it plays to my strengths. I've always liked Dungeon AR. Like playing multi-world, it's like our team's like go-to draft pick. I think it's just more fun. I think it makes logic interesting. Yeah, I mean, I overachieved in quals. I think like I think 2 top 5s, which was like the best I've ever done in a single qual, and I think I had like 2 more top 10s or something like that.
Yeah, first top 32,
really,
right?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I've been at main tournament once when it was 64, but this is the first top 32. I really wanted to win a game. I didn't want to 0-2 out again, but here we are. I played pretty badly against Rafa, and then this one just, I guess, didn't go my way. Fucking dragon chest, man. I am an early dragon doer, and it finally killed me, man.
No, yeah, it was sad to see that.
It's
I mean,
like I think
if
it
he
makes
just didn't do
sense.
that, I mean, I mean, personally, I don't do that until after Middle Eye and Compass, and I just do those after the first few. But
I'm usually also a compass firster, and I didn't have 2 small keys. So I was like, dragon. I saw 2 items, and I was like, so dragon can't be an item. I was like, it's either a small key for my second one for boss key check, or it's big key. And if it's big key, I save a ton of time because no one does dragon first because it's terrible. And then of course it was a small key, and like boss key doesn't even require keys, so the key wasn't helpful either. So
yeah, boss key could be anywhere, so it's just tough either way.
Yeah, I mean, I like dipped fire super early without a tunic, which was dumb. I think like when I had water, I had forest like full clearable. I should have just done forest, and then like you can go into fire at any time. I should have waited till I had more health. I didn't one cycle Volve. I didn't one cycle Morpha. Like there was so much just execution kind of garbage that I'm looking back on and regretting. But it'd be what it do.
Yeah,
and for,
I mean, I respect going for Dragon Chess first. Like, I think it's so good to just play your game.
Yeah.
Which is why I kind of stick to the river before CAC, even though I know many people don't like it. It's just I like playing it, and I like doing the full clear route, and I was ready for that to bite me today, and like skipping skulls, for example. I'm ready at any time to lose because of any of those decisions.
The funniest thing too is my warm up was literally just doing the bottom jump because I hate that jump. Like I will just lose it forever. And then like you start as adult, and I'm like, should I do river? And I was like, nah. Like Tangent does river. I was like,
yeah, I was definitely messing that up because I got into river. I was like, oh shoot, do I actually remember how to do this?
I genuinely forgot I didn't do river. Like if it came down to like irons and river, I would have never gone there. Like I had it in my head that I had like cleared it early too, which is kind of funny. But so like that was kind of good. But yeah, wildly different experience in the seed with K sword. I feel like.
Yeah,
And
I mean, if I had an earlier bottle or blue fires or something, it might have been even better. Just having that long shot is just nice, I think, for various like dungeon, spirit, water, all that. But
And for Tanjo, you're moving on. Still alive. You get to face the loser of the Challenge Swap Broats and Doza matchup. Any thoughts on that?
not really. Both very good runners. I look forward to playing one of them.
Yeah.
I'm ready to lose, but I plan to win.
It's a good plan to have, and if you do, you'll be in the main bracket, and it'll be a best of 3 from there on out. So, wish you the best of luck.
Mhm. Thank you.
If you lose, I'll be mad at you, but it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, noted. Got a lot on the line.
Yeah,
All right, I think that's all the questions I got. Saigo, do you got anything else?
I got nothing else.
All right, we're gonna throw it over back to our illustrious streamer Baseball to close us out here.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
I'm gonna throw it over to our illustrious streamer Baseball to close us out here. All right, I'll fall for time. What's your?
Hi.
There we go.
I'm gonna
Sorry,
throw it over.
sometimes my mic disconnects,
You're good.
and
You're
it's
good.
impossible to know why.
Hey, let's blame Discord. How about that? That's an easy one.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll blame Discord. Now I'm on my laptop, so it's great. No one told me they couldn't hear me. It's okay. I forgive all of you.
Thank you.
Hi. I'm here now. It's fine. Thanks for watching. Thanks, runners. Pyra, Tanjo. Thanks, trackers, Veva, Mr. Moxie. I gave like a really, y'all imagine my stirring speech about this race when I was muted. It was wonderful. Thanks, Comms, Saigo, Emo Soda. Yeah, that's it. Woo. Tomorrow we're gonna have 2 races on ZSR. Woo! Assuming we get a restreamer for the second one. We're gonna have Zavi versus SETI, 11 a.m. Eastern. That'll be here, ZSR. And we're gonna have Icola versus Nastriel, also here on ZSR. That second one is an elimination match, so don't miss it. Yeah, Zavi, you're playing tomorrow. And you'll be on Restream. Woo! There's also a German Restream for that on OoT's channel as well. But yes, and Volk versus Rockchuck tomorrow is getting a French Restream on Alsuna's channel, so don't worry. We will at least have it in French. Okay, thanks for watching. I'm sending you to ZSR3 because they're live and they're doing some Majora's Mask special Valentine's Day race. I think it was like a 20 hearts thing or something. I don't know. We're gonna find out. That's the wrong channel. Jesus Christ. I'm doing so great, guys. Paste. It's _3. Someone save me. Okay.
Oh, no, it's there.
We're rating. Goodbye.
Thanks everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day.